Alright, map 2. Both these teams undefeated on Abyss. Both teams looking really good on Abyss, but I'd say that that's because they both played Trace, and Trace didn't look good. But, overall, comp-wise, FPX running the same thing as they did on Sunset. I just said it in chat as well. If I'm FPX, I'm taking this comp and playing it everywhere, because it is multi-purpose. Like on Ascent especially. This used to be their Ascent comp, so I'd assume that they would go back to that for champs, instead of playing the double controller stuff that they do. Alright, FPX, they're defending first. They got the trip here, a camera on this corner, this Viper wall going across. There's a lot of really good examples of Viper wall. I think G2 had one like this, right? It was a bit more deep. Lin going crazy, pushing all the way down. Alright, life actually. So FPX have won all of the pistols so far today, in a complete change of pace to what we used to. Not interregional matchups in groups, right? Correct. I'm trying to think of like what would be the worst position to finish in. I think maybe third place might be the worst. Oh, actually, third would be best because you don't have heretics, you don't have DRX, and you don't have crew, I guess it'd be. G2's Viper and Killjoy setup is Anders' setup, if you didn't know. Oh, is that on his, he leaked it to G2 Assistant 3 days before he sent to Fnatic. Fnatic, running the same setup. Or this was some 200 IQ play. G2 gets Fnatic in groups. And G2 just runs, Fnatic runs like a complete counter comp to it.
而且买了一个类似给了一个这个不请自来大头，但是有障云，所以想进来还是蛮困难的。给了一个慢速的巡敌舰，想要。
I actually do feel like Cypher on this map isn't as cut up as isn't all it's cut out to be.
刚刚跟 Smoky 的位置都不错，放下2楼干扰不到，很麻烦。两下没有打出效果，在挂绳，在找机会。哎呀，已经点掉了一个人。
It's just good now. People are getting used to it.
这样子去飘，其实很难飘的，而且2楼已经没有烟了，很尴尬。
And if you're picking up one of the Sentinels now, I mean, this is again EDG doing a good amount of damage on their ecos. It's not only 2 kills, but everybody's half health. Both G2 and Fnatic get first seed though. Really?
技能的铺设真的是安排的很满啊，就哪怕可能在经济没有那么好的局上面，也是做。
Agreed, we should be seeing silver every single match whilst the meta settles. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'm a little bit more like open to it. Speaking of that, like Saint coming in, Saint was like, you should always be running silver. But I do feel like Fade could definitely be better than people would anticipate them being. Sage and Deadlock are so much more useful than the Cypher on this map. I would definitely go for the Sage instead of the Cypher. Berlin just owns this space. That's like the 3rd time that he's done this. There's a legitimate chance a Cypher might be the worst Sentinel on this map. Other than Chamber. I said that literally day 1 when this map came out. Cypher doesn't do anything. I think utility-wise, I'd agree. I think the reason why you'd play him is just it gives you a lot more freedom to position. And once you get used to like, this is where I should be playing, this is where I shouldn't be playing, then you get into... It's the same with Lotus, I think. Like, it's why I don't like Cypher on Lotus, because I think that it kind of shows that you don't know where you can position.
没错，这个位置一旦被卡住，想要再往点里去深入就有点难了。而且单边的一个近点其实会吃到 FunPlus 非常多技能的反制，这也是他们这套阵的强势点所在。我觉得现在 EDG 可能要想想办法，这个中路的控制权。
It's why I like playing Killjoy more, but also why I find it a lot harder.
现在经济上面我们可以看到 EDG 非常尴尬的一个经济了。
But I'm an atrocious Cypher player because I think I have too much freedom as Cypher and I don't know what to do with it. So I play a Cypher and I'll play in the same positions as I would do on a Killjoy, which is just pointless. This is the second map, yeah. Talking a bit only. I mean, I mentioned Lotus just then. Alright, FPX winning the pistol and the bonus. To be honest, though, we saw 6 rounds of EDG's attack. Nice try, Kung Kung. Does this go on top of the little thing? Yeah, lineups like that are the things that I'm excited for. Why are you viewing China matches? Because China's #1, best region. He still kills life. I prefer Cypher for lurking in general. Killjoy seems limiting to me, but that might be a skill issue. I think when you're attacking though, like I feel having the turret in A main is good because that's the place that's gonna get not punished the most, but that's gonna be threatened the most when you're attacking. A main on this map feels a little bit like B main on Ascent. No way they're diffing EDG on this map. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, if there's an overall, what's the word? Philosophy. It feels like there's a natural philosophy with this comp that FPX are running, and everything just builds into it nicely. I'd say that was the same for double controller that FPX ran an awful lot of, which are still running here, like multi-controller, not just double, but like triple. But I think that it started to run into issues, and they didn't have the expertise to make those issues work. And the comp sort of like there's only so much you can do with that comp, I think. Whereas this is probably the most like well-rounded comp I think I've seen on this map. I don't think it's the best comp, but if I was still with attacking Soul and we had to run a comp on Abyss, I'd be taking this one. But maybe not with Eoro. It depends on how comfortable it'd be. Top the Cypher for a Sage, and this is legit. I'd say the same too. But if you're like learning a map, Cypher's fine. The server might be better, but it's a matter of preference. Yeah, I think so too.
但烟的时间快不多了，其实要快点去想办法安置这个爆动器了，烟已经散去了。
而且莎莎是不能回收的，对面的回防镜的组已经准备好了，暗夜应该推到2个人。
但是冒侠并没有命中。
是的，
然后这个时候神鬼布局 ，Life 来出来拿信息。
，Life 把人的位置已经找得差不多了。
但是柏林被拿掉，而 Smoky 的悬崖是没有人管 ，Smoky 的位置非常的好，抓到了一个完美的机会。
是的，简单一点，再点掉一人 ，Life 从后方再杀出 ，Nobody 时刻就在注意后方。
是的。
This space is just constantly being shafted. It feels that FPX are just like, well, you can't contest this because of the wall. But also, EDG just haven't been fighting for this full stop. They don't have a Cypher, so just keep doing this. Just keep wrapping around. I really don't like the solo gecko. I mean, it's not solo gecko. There's a Sova. Ascent in general. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I mean... Solo initiator gecko is always hard.
柏林起民居了。
这份民居又是个很大的变数哦。
是，而且这一把民居在中路的话语权其实是非常大的。那这个回合看上去 EDG 是想提速的。
有张云，
而且还有半线，半线怎么办？能不能一剑电掉？电掉了，留一手就在下后面的位置，2楼没有人看，什么情况？阿阳对掉了一个人，皮带就在他脸上。阿阳还能再对一个，有个张云能不能掩护到他
？Naturally, also you could just run this comp on Lotus,
皮带他的任务也已经完成了。
just with a raise.
还有半线，还有半线哦，有半线。 贴在脸上的半线也踩到，留一手配合着他的半线找到侧身求救，能够接住一个人，但最后也只剩
Gives you so much structure.
还要面对一个1打2。
Oh, you see, that was actually a really good bait from Life. It's crazy that Chichu still gets a kill.
补枪够快，杀死了这一分的血
But
点。
he really fell for the clone because you see the arm throw the flash and then the clone appear. I don't think that was intentional, but if it was, that's absurd.
对，对面不停的在做补防，第一时间我觉得他们的想法是很好的，想要通过这个截锋的灵活性配合。
You just get stalled and lose your flash.
但出手的
Yeah, well, just any attacking side for like Gecko. Like Gecko on bind even is like Gecko fade. Biggest mistake I think I see is just the wingman going out first.
而且那个
You need to take the site and then you
正
plan.
好能够笼括到这个半线。
You shouldn't be entering the site with your spike in hand from the wingman, because if it gets broken and nobody's in a position to follow it up or they get sold out, yeah, you're done. EDG have got a lot better.
是感觉是要从右边启动了。
Like again, I'm not some like China cope. I don't think EDG would do amazingly. It's a similar play to what Smuggy had last time.
是的，左右两边的决斗位完成了合
Nightfall's good.
点内第一时间能够安置爆动器了。暗手先咬到了 Smokey 的位置，前面什么都看不见，刚刚打了一个闪，但是没有选择闪出去，稍微有点危险，自己背到了一个，但没有人去跟这颗闪，以为 Smokey 背掉了 ，Smokey 没有。
Oh man, these flashes from Life are superb.
就用标配能够收到一个，但是有个侧身的位置，nobody 被接住。
没枪，这是一个非常严重的位置，打到
All his utility found stuff there, but like the retake here from FPX is solid.
有舌吻，给了一个假传，这个假传有干扰到 Simon 的一个选位和对枪。
没有办法，我觉得其实 EDG 的设想是短枪去打点内，然后让 Simon 这把长枪在点后去炸，但他们没有
Even the
考虑到
fake
自己
TP completely fell for it. And then you have, was it the Viper Orb that dropped there?
以及蝰蛇不
Was it just an omen smoke?
必须门口去释放自己的烟雾。
Kung Kong on Yoru hasn't been that bad, to be honest. Like, against Trace, it was really good. Here, it's like fine.
包括上这个叶灵，其实是会能够掩盖住夜路一开始这个闪出手的声音，所以导致让他的技能收益非常的高，点内的人被反清。
现在对于 EDG 来说，必须要想一点别的办法了。看上去打 A 的这个决策，目前来说不是特别的成功。
但是这分的站位来看，好像又是想要对 A 做一次拼，因为球就有离魂。其实我们也有看到有些配合离魂的包夹战术是可行的。
效益无人机在
Bottom 2-2-10.
防 pass 有设计，
康康拿到了点数，有神鬼不绝。
I mean, he's playing Viper on defense.
看到了，
丢效果非常好，离魂走，
在空中离魂球队。
但是 Smokey 已经把点里面不能走的人，
He still got killed in the corner anyway.
能够再收一个，
对，被猜到了。我觉得 Nobody 真的很懂啊。
对的。盘，那这个回合的快
Nice idea.
不觉确认了位置，现在人数已经有巨大的优势了。要看这把明驹的回防了，看到了一个小肩膀的位置。
这个位置被奥登反。
I swear this map was just made for China players in mind. Let's give the Whimsy region a complete Whimsy play.
明驹 Life 要操作堵上这把明驹吗？
因为经济
会有点急。
方 plus 来说，它是有经济的，再被队拖延一点时间。
时间是他们最大的敌人，恐怕已经不够。
I hope we get his replay, even though he died.
随时走啊！
是。
尝试再多下一些
Yeah, we're about to get side shot.
说经济没有特别好。但时间也是走到了尽头，这分
But isn't it more for Sacho that it was looking like it was going to be a 7-1 and then suddenly
现
didn't?
在 EDG 能够把分差缩窄，但对于他们来说，现在可能还是要考虑经济能不能真的养肥起来哦。
对的，对于他们来说是配合上终极技能的。
I was going to gift a sub to Sliggy, but streaming minus streaming. Still do it anyway. Actually, no, don't. I thought you meant like gift me a sub for Sliggy.
逼走了。
Don't gift Sliggy a sub for me because I don't know when I'm streaming next.
传上来解决掉2个人非常关键。
在拿到点内位置控制之后，其实想要再回到非常遥远的点位上就很难了。
Didn't quite work.
2比6 ，EDG 现在破近分差的同时，也是能削弱一些对面的经济。我们看到，其实 FPX 的
RyanCentral Sliggy beef. It's not beef. I'm saying don't spend your money on gifting a sub to me.
知道前面可能有人了。
It's RyanCentral beef. I'm saying I'm not worth the money.
试一会儿。
直接离魂去到 B 点的点后。 现在 B 点其实是被包夹的一个情况，但是点点非常混乱，
直接传送走了。
点位的空间没问题。
是，这就选择再往前去建议，打到一个假身，人在往。
These clones are getting so much value.
爆动器应该能够安置下来，
但是现在站位有点没铺开啊，虽然这边是顶了。
Yeah, I also woke up Sliggy. Don't say I have beef with him. I've already called him a Tory this week. Don't start saying I've got beef with him.
哎呀，没推到。
有爪子，有油爪，有闪，有鬼眼，大量的技能给到了明确的信息，但是依然没有能够对得过。是 ，Smokey 和康康 刚守住了悬崖边，也守住了这一分的优势。
球球能够再对掉一个，这个回合柏林的位置也已经被发现了，手里这把明狙马上被贴到近点，就有点难受了，还是选择剑影。
You haven't got beef with Tories? Oh, you've backed me into a corner now.
在这个乱局里面 ，EDG 还是能够清点清的非常仔细。
All right, Berlin, okay.
柏林能保住这把狙吗
14滴血，脸上有颗烟。
Ryan Tory confirmed. Don't. That's what Beth says to me.
没有很好。
留守的位置也被确认了。
She calls me a middle-class Tory, and nothing winds me up more.
继续对到底。上方的位置在之下，哦，把柏林给打掉了。那明狙怎么
This VOD will be posted on Sliggy's channel. Yeah, that makes it funnier though.
呀，
把最关键的那个人打掉了，没想到有意外收获。
其实这番有看到 FPX 在上一波神鬼不觉出问题的时候是做了一些微调的。有看到 Life 在等技能，优爪捆到了，但最关键那个。
That's what Josh's Beth also says to Josh. Calls him a Tory.
自己的攻击不被是很。
Man, we are literally just the same person.
正面的选手形成很大的影响。所以 Smoky 还是在这种吃了很多技能情况下完成了正面。
Do we have other German cities on FPX? Would you want other German? I wouldn't want Berlin on my team.
对，有在补。
其实来福第一时间出来，他好像是犹豫了。
What would be a German city that would make for a really good user, like IGN? Dusseldorf would be really good. Imagine Yosemite and Dusseldorf on the same team.
一个暂停之后，立马找回了局势，这肯定是雷森蒂教练不能够接受的。
要重新去做一些调整。
Hamburg.
不喜欢去架局。
I like Munich.
在中路做的动作非常少，
是，
所以他基本上不去碰这个中路。
But then the problem is, if you had a player called Munich and they had a bad round, you'd call it like the Munich disaster.
关键点在于，如果打这个点的话，可能每次有看到留一手还没有绕到位，正面破点稍微有点太快了，而且明狙也一个回防，每次明狙好像都没有堵到点位。
这几个回合 EDG 的进攻其实就是笃定了他们双决斗加双先锋想要去打一波的这样的决心。同样的，我觉得有个很聪明的地方，其实是他们一直也清楚的有观测到 FPX 的经济情
But
况。
if Berlin sucks, we call him the Berlin Wall. You don't say it when he sucks, though. You say it when he's like
没错，那现在就
basically shut them down.
怎么去部署一下吧？我觉得特别是对明狙的一个站位调整，考虑一下要不要把明狙放到两边啊。不过回来之后经济很差。
Castrop was good, yeah.
其实留一手是有起明狙的钱的。
对，所以这一分他们看上去是
Krefeld is potentially a good one.
又没有全起的这样一个分数。但阿阳只留了100块啊，对于他来说肯定是个强起的。
这个回合 EDG 经济是有优势，所以他们中路还是造了比较大的动静的，就在直架阿阳的位置，两个人在对看，阿阳成功的拿下了这个单杀。
这刚说完前面 EDG 不太喜欢在中路做动作，这分在中路。
Said Krefeld, I did.
因为可能我觉得在他们的视角里就是觉得经济情况会更优势一些。
对，但刚刚这把枪会有点尴尬，一定要守。
About to expose my city. I've been to Krefeld. That's where the Overwatch anniversary event was in the Take TV studios. Man, I would love Take TV to do like a takeover event of Valorant, like coach casting kind of stuff.
主攻都还没有启动过。
对的，还是能够带领队友去打第二波近点的，而且留下来的技能，我们可以看到 EDG 这里有巡逻剑，有丢丢，有皮弹，还是也有。
Krefeld is in Krefeld, no?
现在转点来到
That's where Angry Titans are based.
给的比较深啊，不太好处理。
烟散了，幽影是完全补不到的，只能用障云去拖时间。这波感觉要进了，看一下 Smoky 直接
Spandau.
吃到了队友。
I wouldn't want to name myself Spandau after the place. It'd be after the band.
2被扫死了，阿阳没有做到任何的事情，那这样的话防守方变成了一个2打3的劣势。
Oh, imagine though, like you'd be a player called Spandau, and you'd be like a Raze, and if you had some like really good rollouts, people would call it Spandau Ballet.
也还活着，他那个障云是可以分割掉。
That'd be sick.
可能有人去 A 大的。
Just like Twinkle Toes.
现在看一下。
Anyway, I am super off topic for this. Grand final.
声音相当之大。
But EDG have actually like
直接被断掉2楼，而且知道大概率。
it's another like FPX 6-0 up
这次他也不能不
or 6-1
如果你清了以后就
that might end up 6-all at half.
下面就直接去做支架了。
看起来应该是只能选择宝枪了，时间也不够操作。
那这一分其实保完枪，下一分恐怕也不太好起啊。不过连败会给到一点点的帮助。但即便是这个样子，对于 FPX 来说，现在分数在被对面逐渐的迫近。
啊，对于 EDG 来说，稍微有点尴尬，没有走出。
Vienna would be a nice name for a play. There probably is a play called Vienna.
对的，
再加上他们是个进攻方，
连续的几个回合已经把经济给养到比较有说法的地步了。
但这分其实有看到 EDG 在对面叫完暂停之后是立马做了一个战术的转变，两边其实很有意思，正好在中路碰上头了。不过因为 EDG
Sydney's also a good one.
有一些在中路做了一个1换1的交换之后，转点来到了 A 区打一波。 而且 A 点
Full bar, you got Cypher Ultimate, you've got Viper's Pit. Marseille, Marseille's cool.
阿阳是
Nice as well. Nice in France, because it's spelt nice, so you could just like troll people. Like, it's not pronounced nice, it's pronounced nice.
凑齐了全枪，对，
而且这份技能应该是不足的，
技能也只有暗兽，
只有一个暗兽，没有优转。
对的。
Imagine at one town or village in England.
中路的控点做得很激进。
Well, there's a village near where I grew up called Wetwang.
来福人有点晕掉了，感觉。没
我
想到
想过烟里会有人的，没想过烟里是一把短炮在等我。
在等。
这分其实你能看出来
I mean, that kind of wins.
对面的一些防守方潜压的规律的。
是的。
因为你中路压的次数太多。 啊，其实给了 EDG 去在这几分里面去找你的这种模式的一种办法。
对，先在中路默认去等你有没有可能中路去做战术。
哎
，OK，
看一下，哎，这是有练过的一个投掷点位。
有路子啊！
啊，但是划过去的声音已经被听到了。
对，
没有打。
Yeah, Wetwang. Like, look it up. It exists.
给了烟药，
It's a
真的
place.
他们来了！这样是里应外合要去直接取 B，
有点糟糕。那这样的话 ，B 区已经完全
那
沦陷了。
哇，点内确实是也没有。
再给莎莎，想要给康康少找一些机会。 而且找到了奥特，
You're not picking that fresh up
被
again.
缴械，但他的位置已经完全明牌。现在对于回防
EDG's post plants have been good. I mean, every round I think that they planted the spike right, they've won. There's not been that many retakes on either map.
才能赢。
往前怼，
这个十字路口谁能够抢占得下？这一分
绕后时间真的够吗？对面留一手 Valley 一个神奇狙击抛出，想要直接拉，知道脸上是个 Nobody， 直接拉吗？两人残血 Nobody 第二。
Now the EDG bullshit is starting to show its head again from the past.
做任何的配合了，
时间也不够了。
球球没有可以选位的一个办法。
There's not really that much time.
主要时间也已经不够了。Smokey 提前有。
I mean, I think you save here, surely. Why are we fighting now? Why are we not saving?
转回来，给了阿阳一颗。
哇，有点糟糕啊！这分我觉得其实 FunPlus 他们已经是尽量的再去考虑做自己的回防部署了，让后池。
Why are we still going, dude?
但 EDG 的选择，他们是把对面重生点的2个路口都给堵死了。主要还是我觉得那个步擒子来被奥特曼给放进去之后，可能真的会有一些伏笔在。EDG 控点位控的太轻松了。
就你能看得出来 EDG 这张图
What a flick around there from Smoggy.
再配合上自己像刚才这一枪不讲道理的枪法，他们能够完成对于点内的一个夹击，里应外合式的一个攻击。
Yeah, they got a couple of retakes, but everything else has just been like hunts down, bad retakes. I think this is still really winnable for EDG because EDG's defensive side looked superb despite not having a sentinel.
点前非常多的技能的交互 ，Life 在高点被发现 ，Life 选择不退位置吗？这个位置非常的危险，他躲了。
Somehow Life has got out of that without a lick of damage, and he's re-peeked and got Smoggy.
阿阳找到了，点内做了交换之后，点里面还在有大量的闪，叶灵附笼罩了下来。
Good Nightfall. Oh, throwing a clone out over the Viper Wall too. They have no idea. What a right. Like, it's just saying, like, FPX didn't really have, like, good retakes for the last few rounds. There, they absolutely just stomp it. How do you think China will perform this champions? I really want EDG to have lightning in the bottle moment again because I do believe overall they're behind other regions by a decent chunk. But I also want to be realistic. I don't think this is the event that China's going to, like, beat a top 6 finish. Matching a top 6 finish would be incredible. But I don't know who would be that team.
上半场的结尾拿到了一个7-5的优势。
对，但这个优势并不大。其实两支队伍在最近一次就彼此各自面对 PE 的时候的这个比赛里面，就是在防守方打了个7-5，而且都是在防守方打了个7-5。那就看进攻。
I'll take. I don't think a single Chinese team is getting out of groups.
赛前的数据也有给到
I'd feel like
都是比防守
that would be a disaster.
也可能是因为进攻的回合打的比较少。
Like one team, it'd be sad. 2 teams would be good. 3 teams would be great. 4 teams would be amazing.
6场全赢嘛，它是一个下半场
6-0的一个下半场。那对方 Plus 来说，这个阵容他们维持住了以后，也依然选择的也其实
like my take is more, I don't care if none of the teams make it out, so long as like it's, you know, close. The team doesn't make it because they lose in a free map against Gen G or Heretics and stuff again, right?
所以我觉得对于 FPX 来说，这个上半场也是一个能接受的分数，或者说对于两边来说都是一个。
Like you could have all 4 teams not qualifying, but it could be like FPX didn't make playoffs at Shanghai. But still, you can like, if you said that to people, like, yeah, that's not good. That's not a good result at all. Not a single Chinese team qualified through the Swiss stage to make playoffs. And that's the case throughout the whole year. The only team that's made playoffs is the team that got a bye to it.
我觉得就是尝试把这个
No Chinese team has qualified to playoffs
利用前压把它
via the lower parts of the tournaments this year.
这样去弥补这个英雄。
But then you look at some of the actual results and stuff that China have had, like they've been a little bit unlucky. Or just not good enough to beat the teams that are actually at the tippity top.
我们要来看一下他们能不能在防守方真的实现反客为主。他们的防守方前压又会有一些什么样的奇招？因为上一次我们已经看到了 Smokey 在地图外的精彩击杀了。
同样的 FunPlus 他们在进攻方有更多的拿。
I don't know why, like G2 seems to be just getting a lot of flack. I even saw, is it Josh talking about it yesterday? Just saying that like people are calling him boring, and I'm like, I think boring in a meta like this is fine. The audience is crazy. EDG have looked worse than FPX this year. I don't know if you can say that when you've got 3 grand finals that EDG might beat FPX in all year. FPX might be winning another pistol.
Yeah,
Berlin doesn't need to overfight that. The crunch though is really nice, but this adjustment from EDG is smart. Good call from Simon and Smoggy to just sort of tuck in. And then they can crunch on life here alone. Really, really nice stuff from EDG. That's all mid-round. That's not a strat. That's just a quick thinking adjustment they have to make. And Chichu coming to help is everything. I personally love the way G2 plays. Yeah, me too. Like from what I've seen. When you have a young duelist like Icy, to put him in that position to play that way is so much smarter than expecting him to pop off. That's they just have time. They just.
非常的极限啊！对于 EDG 来说，他们我觉得把握住了他们自己为数不多的一个机会，就是。
I'm getting very good at those.
非常的极限啊！但我觉得其实这也是FunPlus 他们其实想要去做的一件事情，但很可惜没有拖到这个关键的0.04秒。
对，其实他们也很清楚，这么打一定会就是送一些人数给对面。
对他们也只能就尽量的去靠拖时间来完成这一分的获取。
Least stressful FPX pistol.
最后 EDG 是快马加鞭，完成了回防，而且补枪来得很快。
对，我觉得其实最关键的一个，当对面第一时间想要打
You could force it if you're FPX.
决定是往前打去。
Let's be honest, even if FPX won this round, they would have lost the round afterwards.
自己再回过来反包夹对面的人。
这个决策上面确实是让为他们赢得了这一分非常关键的时间。
EDG 带着枪械的优势进行
Yeah, the comp isn't amazing for EDG, but the way that they played defense against Trace was a masterstroke.
看一下FunPlus这分要怎么去操作，枪械的差距是10打10的。
I'm calling it. Like FPX, this round is going to be close enough that me saying it if they had bought up a weapon would have been the difference. So far, I'm looking like I've completely cursed it, but that's fine.
只剩柏林了，12滴血位置被确定。
直接拜拜了。
Bye, Berlin.
如果但是好像还
Still counts as a kill for nobody. Does he get a
被挨到子弹了啊！
gets an orb for it?
这样的话，对于 EDG 来说，他们可以有一个非常饱满的经济，而对面应该爆能线没有安下去。所以对
That's actually kind of smart though. Like if you're in a position like that where you
下半场的回合里面
are on an eco and you feel like you're gonna get hunted,
但好在这分值FunPlus投入非常。
you want to get hit by a player that already has their ultimate and then jump off the map.
回来之后的长枪分应该枪械和技能都还是比较足的。
Like if you're like, oh, nobody like did the majority of damage to me and he already has his ultimate,
听到了
like jump off the map
确定马下没有掉。
and don't let like a gecko or a jet farm their ultimate up on you.
算是全的。
但其实对于FunPlus 来讲，这一分的容错不够，因为以往来说 FunPlus 一般是喜欢轻甲下分。
抓人，漂亮的配合，真的打掉了一个，但是阿阳把身后
Yeah, but like giving the silver his ultimate isn't a big deal.
两个人都在这个木箱室。
Good, not really a trade, but good fights here.
2换2，但是这对于劣势枪
Doesn't want Kung Kung to get the ult. Right, exactly.
不过问题是这2把枪掉的都太远了，稍微有点捡不到。还是只能靠手里的枪去打。 不过万幸的是，蟒侠加上2把树位置，对于 EDG 来说，我觉得这个强度也够了。
对于 FunPlus 来说，剩下的3个人
My team were just 5 stuck on defense eco rounds, and if they didn't come our way, we'd all jump off.
过这个路口会不会给烟？
I don't think it's that
还在
troll.
犹豫啊，
拉扯了一下之后，又选择
I don't really know what the ruling is on that.
过来手枪的是这里掉了一把长枪，
没看到，
直接要出眼看，球球这一颗直接甩到了刘一手。
球球是等到了对面的监控结束。
那 B 点
This
应
is
该是
anti-bonus for FPX, and they might be losing it.
蟒侠
一枪。
Oh no.
好，阿阳还的这一枪非常的快，阿阳也只剩10。
Ayang is 10 HP though, because of the martial outlaw hitting him.
转一个飞鱼镖在穿板，
穿的受不了了。
柏林安了一个不安全的包，所以他被迫要选择24的安
Here's the
包。
C's, that's about it.
实力血甚至没有跟队友换枪的一个时间。
不过回防也没有什么技能，所以只能干拉。阿阳架出第一个被 Smoky
Gets wall banged.
剩下一个也非常惨的一个血量，身体一发是不会致死的。
Smoke here with a Viper wall. Nice shot from Berlin, actually. Okay, alright. Is there a gun upgrade that he can get? I don't know if he gets it in time. I think he does.
落定了，
吓人。
这个甩枪的时机应该是。我觉得这个 timing 点非常的短，因为是凌空加上卓峰2个。
Oh, thank you for giving out the community gift sub.
但柏林这个
Zero. I don't know if you gave it.
很好。
Did you give it to Sliggy or did you give it to somebody
蟒
else?
侠其实在面
It
对
didn't show up on my chat.
尽管康康命中了身体啊，但这个实际血还是让阿阳多换了一个人。
架的就是一个你可能会要飞起来的位置啊，
是的，
比较高了，箱子上是可以跳得到的。
不过说回来，其实 FunPlus 4把
It's
枪
my
啊，
stream.
而且他们重甲很多啊，刚刚。
想来给队友勾，但是 Smoky 也是没有能够在主攻之前有收获，这样的话是缩回去。
Chicken
然后
shot.
蟒侠也没有特别高的一个收益，并且这个声音也是 FunPlus 有收集到这样的一个信息。
对，但这一分是被迫有清雅，你没办法了。前面的点拿到之后有叶灵。
How the groups in champs decided, but basically it's just amalgamation of like the first seed from one region, the second seed from another region, the third seed from another region, and the fourth seed from the final region. This could be first seed from China, second seed from Pacific, third seed from Americas, fourth seed from EMEA. We don't know how it's going to be divvied out.
逼迫对面转头，还是要看闪，看攻击不备。
而且2楼球球随时可以给一手反手的暗眼。
It'll definitely be a group of death. I don't think it'll be an easy group either. Alright, this executes nice. So Omen smokes here. Oh, Viper smoke too. The draws for groups are after America's finals? I'd assume so, yeah. It's also showing up the song then, right?
现在的问题是 EDG 要不要考虑去保枪啊？
有点难打这分。
对这分，因为你是知道对面大概率是都射出去了，但是你没有太多的，就是能够直接去找人对的一个办法。
主要是没有回防烟了。
对，看一下能不能拆包，低包给点压力。皮蛋先低，
很容易被混掉。但是对掉了一个上方的位置，还能够再去接吧？右边的，但是好像队友是倒完了，
主要是为了把。
Berlin did the TP.
过来了，柏林精英已经过来了。
建议到最后的位置。
Alright, nice.
也是个残血。主要时间上也好像很极限了，前后的夹击 ，FunPlus 再次赢下了一个进攻回合。
没有办法，我觉得其实在处理这一波。
Thought he fell off. I did too. I think the majority of the audience thought he fell off. It would be a very Berlin move to do that.
前点球就给清理掉了，并且康康这分有点巧吧，被挡住了枪口啊，导致蟒侠没有任何的收获，变成了一个比较难打
It
的。
sends you just fleeing.
皮蛋还是发挥了蛮大作用的，就第一波在对枪的时候，其实拉扯了一波对面的枪线，因为皮蛋在拆，你总归要把皮蛋打掉。
正面这接火。 3v4站在马路中央对
差点被 Smoke。
I would assume the easiest group possible would be Vitality, Crew, BLG, and Lev. So easy that there's 2 America's teams in it.
最后一个战术暂停，那要来看一看他们在这个时候7比9落后的情况之下，而且下一分应该是没有什么经济的。
现在我觉得对于
EDG using their second and final timeout, which I didn't need to do on last map at all. Nearly used one.
是一个非常会去应对对面前顶的队伍，他们的默认加枪以这种抱团是不会给到对面太多机会的。
就其实上半场 FPX 自己也有很多次前顶，甚至也被对面抓到过。
是，
但这张图前顶其实收益很高。如果你防守方能够顶到一个能够听到进攻方转点的信息，那哪怕你打不掉人，都已经是给队友一个非常丰厚的回馈了。
而且还有一个
Wait, I cooked something? Oh lord, what have you done?
这个阵容每个英雄可能在控制一些点位上面都有技能可以去用，包括这个决斗位夜路也能够通过闪光去强行拿一些地图的控制权。
对，
反而是 EDG 这个双决斗放到防守边之后，你只能打出来才行。
对的，要看他们能去顶哪一边了。但是这一个回合经济情况又是非常尴尬的了。
Smokey 是留了3150，应该是要考虑起居了，这份用矩阵来度过。
下一个直接跳出来了，这个位置第一时间的声音是听不到的。右边
Oh, he's going for it again. Don't peek him. You're not gonna do it twice, Smoggy. Come on.
这个回合换掉了一个，其实不一定够。
Dream on, dream on. He's fallen to his death.
但是点内还是被拿下来了。
毕竟这边枪优。
对的。
现在唯一有一把比较有威胁的是 Simon 的这把燎拳哦，他是刚刚回到点位旁边。
那这个回合的回防已经是会变得比较艰难一些了。看一下刘春先来的技能吧，还是有的。
He was Smoggy in.
对枪没有办法，猎杀是蛮大的。球球飞将再摘掉了 Autumn，
但是只剩球球了，也是被打掉。Smoggy 成为了倒数第2个。
Smoggy finally fell to his death like 30 seconds later.
再回去看一眼 Smokey。但不得不说，我觉得这分其实
He didn't want to pad his first death stat, so he just held on for as long as he could.
到了对面的点位，但 FunPlus 的应对也很快，被偷到一个人之后，是所有人都缩回到了掩体之内啊。
只要不给你偷就可以了。
对。
You can't spell Smoggy without Mog.
但对于我觉得对于 EDG 来说，可能下一分才是真正想要去做出变化的一分。毕竟 Smoggy 的钱我们也看到了，应该是要拿狙出来了。
我觉得另外一个值得讨论。
Meanwhile,
我觉得等会儿也要观察。
Yeah, up until then, Smoggy was still alive.
还是 Smoggy 拿可能会
没起狙，
没有选择起。顶出来这个位置啊。
Smoggy P. Oh, speaking of which, holy shit!
太多了，能溜掉吗？刷一个，但是没有办法做更多。
然后到了，这边很快。
是的，
打几个打一个，不贪直接走，把人数掰成3打3也能接受了。
Okay, fair enough.
其实 FunPlus 还要想一下中路。
3v3 suddenly.
现在对于 FunPlus 来说也像鬼故事一样啊，他们也不太清楚这个锚点是传送到哪个位置。
Oh, nobody
没有能够正好夹住来。
caught napping.
是在 Life 的一个飞鱼瞄点上面。
3v2, Kung Kung's got his TP up here. Has he got a flash? He's got both of them. He didn't actually use anything other than his TP.
而且球球稍微有点远，要再等一下。
不过有烟有黑有闪，这分依然有可以操作的一个悬念。
主要看康康吧，差一个点有神鬼不绝。我眼里只有藏人。
这个一边其实很怪啊
，Life 已经先提前卡在烟的位置里了，
就不让你过这一道。
达闪主动出，
找悬崖，正面。
Oh my god, Kung Kung, holy shit! And we switched away from his POV partway through it.
甚至都没有办法去还手。
哇，而且康康的这个闪啊，这个弹。
So we need to see a replay of just how well this worked.
正面烟一散，2楼上面以及正面主道路上的 Life 都被闪到了。
也由于。
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with doing anything around Gecko.
是的。再来看一下这个回合的反清。
I honestly thought he was going to fall off the map.
瞬间的2个精准的定位，
太夸张了，这个回合。
瞄准的功底。
哇，漂亮的一个残局。
他这个闪折叠回来以后是弹到自己的背后，
对自己只有短暂的一个背闪。
That's a hero round to say the very least. Happy Howdong. Howdong's reaction there just made me think like I'd love to see him as the head coach. I know he is I know he's I'd still like to see him play. But if he'd moved Howdong to head coach with this team, it could work.
目前情况就没有想象中的那么好，并且终极技能啊，将要由来福来控一个能量点数。
尝试应该要用神鬼不绝。
Howdong is very young.
觉得突破点了。
但神鬼不绝没有什么直接简单的 combo 可以打哦。 就算有暗眼，
应该要配合队友才行。
对，这个暗眼其实也不是很好。
But it's definitely more of a crossover of players going to coaching and then coming back. Life.
这个烟突然又补上来，
某个点里面保持在悬崖旁边，有操作的空间吗？有手稳，但是他被另外一侧找到了，有一手过来补到了枪。
Kung Kung Euro on the retake.
再帮队友去找到的弹命吗？
Some of these flashes that Kung Kung's had, especially on the B site, have been perfect. Crash connects onto 2? No, just 1. He didn't get life. But I don't know if life managed to dodge out the way with a TP. Oh, clean. He is 8 HP, and it's not planted for him in the slightest. Yeah, Chuchu's got half. Oh man, life absolutely just put him in his pocket. How did life win any of those fights on that round?
能够看你一眼。
哇，这份在心理层面上的博弈啊 ，Left 是更胜一筹。这主要还是第一波的这个假传打断了球球想要去真拆爆的这个动作，而且他也不太确定对面是会不会从自己的左侧绕过来。对，所以第二时间正好
The fake TP actually did seem to rattle him.
而且这也是一个技巧型投射，我没看到他其实扔是从2楼下来的。
EDG 经过了一个1胜1负之后，看到经济已经是
Eco for EDG could be 12 for FPX. If it was a normal round, if it was a normal day, normal teams, normal map.
传送的动画了，
But it's none of those.
天地有收益。
See?
但这个枪不太敢捡。
对面会运吗？其实这张图处理枪是比较简单的，
或者可能会围绕这把枪来钓鱼，也是一种选择。
It's strange actually, because EDG they did so much like B aggression, sorry, A aggression against Trace. Here they're doing more B aggression. Like they've actually very rarely done stuff around this
慢慢
position.
的回推到 B 区的前点，把前点能藏着的位置都搜一搜。
想要控制到 B 前
不过
点的位置。
A 点在顶哦，很聪明，跷跷板的原则。B 区回缩，那 A 点我一定要顶出来看。
A 区只要没有拿到信息，知道你就是要打 B 的，所以 B 点做了一个3人重防，甚至是顶在前点，但就2把正义。
对，而且
Simon 和 Smokey
我觉得很关键是球球绕后的时机，球球是有一把英雄狂突的。
来了，正面。
What do you think of Simon's performance? I think he's been a good fit.
能够抓到这样的一个非常好的 timing 哦，落地下来以后，只是打到了一点点侧身的血量。
有一个弹地闪，
硬进。
He's not been like a something Primy edition where they're just absolutely demolishing everybody.
但是没有能够成功传得。
But he's fit in really nicely with the role.
主要是配枪太差了，EDG这里再掉。
Nice execute, nice and patient.
顶了进来，而且还有20秒。
英雄狂突其实有一点尴尬了，因为球球现在其实绕后太久没有漏动静，所以已经有人在断后了。
是的，球球的
推暗眼了，这是一个名牌的绕后。
顶上2楼。
Should expect this, surely.
他要怎么去考虑哦？
还是下枪吧。
全是人。
High, low, 3 people watching. Is this game better than the Trace one yesterday? So far, yeah. The first 2 maps of Trace FPX were like pretty standard. It's towards the end where it got a little bit silly. I don't think the silliness has really happened yet. It's not started.
对的，那同样的，对于方 Plus 来说，他们这个回合因为自己的经济有够好，而且他们其实通过展开烟去慢慢打的这个配合，我觉得也是打得相当耐心的。
Why is the map swapped attack defense sides? I don't know. I think it's just a bug.
就是最后选了没办法了裸狂突。
Hopefully it's fixed for champs.
每一分都是每一盘可能会成为的最后一分。
最糟糕的是，方 Plus 还有3个终极技能在手。
But the Sam wasn't hyped that much as Primy was. Yeah, but Primy was just a player that never played professionally. Simon was on the academy team for EDG and played in Evolution last year, so he's not a complete unknown.
是的，还是成功的跑了，但
位置不够远。
Really good fights from FPX. Oh, Autumn's just reading this perfectly. Really nice round from FPX. That looks like it's it. Nobody can win this round. Even Nightfall because they had the door broken. Nobody still just peeks and gets one. Yeah, nice. Really good map for FPX. What were they down at half time? Or were they up like 7-5? Does this Autumn guy speak Chinese? He speaks some. 7-5. Yeah, so it's a relatively close half. So the scoreline was like pretty decent throughout. Honestly, for both these teams, like going into champs, like this is not a bad map. Like it's looking really good for FPX. But I don't think the EDG are too far off of nailing it down either. Just a really slow start when you lose like one of the pistols and a bonus and you have a slow start and then you manage to claw it back ever so slightly. Just think they just need to add more like defensive defaults. Because they didn't seem comfortable to do any of the stuff they did on A against Trace again, and on B just a lot of those like crunch plays weren't amazing.
厉害的操作，但是昨天已经用过一次，之前用过一次，前天用过一次之后，今天 Smokey 他向死而生这一套，飞龙在天这一套，对面不吃了，你杀一个我直接躲。有预警。
What map do we have next?
这张地图感觉就是进攻的时候好像还蛮重要，包括是中路等等，而且两边这个阵容选择。
Which I don't know how much of it was even EDG's Icebox has been bad.